Hello everyone, welcome to today's training session on Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced. This is Freda, Solution Engineer from DJI Enterprise team. Today we're going to introduce this product that launched in March 2021. And today we're going to talk about many three parts. First of all, key features and specs of Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced. Then we will also go through a few typical application scenarios and use cases. And finally, I will have a few tips for you when you use this drone with DJI Pilot app. First, let's take a look at the 15-second video that will give you a glimpse of this product. So based on the well-received Mavic 2 Enterprise series, DJI has brought up the new Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced with revolutionized imaging capabilities and also positioning accuracy, as well as the other performance upgrades. The most important feature that sets it apart from consumer drones will be the camera part. The Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced has dual cameras. One of them is the outstanding high-res thermal camera. It actually has a resolution of 640 by 512, which is comparable with the industry-leading thermal sensors like DJI's H20T, XT2, and even the handheld thermal devices. We also improved the visual camera to be 48 megapixel with a 1 by 2 inch CMOS sensor and also 32 times digital zoom. Moreover, the new Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced is compatible with the RTK module, which can provide a centimeter level positioning accuracy and also make it possible to be used in automated inspection missions. So here we have a more detailed comparison between the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced and the previous Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual. As we mentioned, the pixel number of the visual camera has been increased 4 times to 48 megapixels. And also we have the outstanding 32 times digital zoom in this generation. The thermal resolution is even 17 times of the previous Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual. And we have also improved the frame rate from 9 Hz to 30 Hz, which means much more smoother thermal video than before. And when taking an image with the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, the radiometric thermal image will be saved in the SD card, and you can open it with DJI Thermal Analysis Tool version 2 and make temperature measurements on it. So it enables post-processing applications. Besides the camera part, of course, we have the RTK compatibility with the new drone and also more waypoints supported. Both of these features will make automated missions much more powerful than before. One small but useful enhancement in the flight performance is that we have increased the maximum ascending and descending speed to 6 meters per second and 5 meters per second respectively. The tail descent is also supported with a maximum 7 meters per second speed. In case of an emergency situation, the improved flight performance could save more time and battery for the mission itself. And next, what comes in a box in the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced? We have the aircraft with 1 battery and gimbal protector included, the smart controller, and 3 accessories you have with the previous Mavic 2 Enterprise series, which is the speaker, the spotlight, and the beacon that will also help in your mission. And also here comes the protector case, the battery charger, the power cable, and 3 pairs of propellers, and also the other cables and accessories. And here you may need to notice that the RTK module is not within the standard package. It is actually offered as an optional item that can provide centimeter level position and accuracy for the drone if you connect the remote controller to the N-Trip service. And also we have DJI Care Enterprise and the maintenance service for your needs. Then let's take a look at the detailed specs. First, it has a diagonal lens of 354 millimeters, same as the other Mavic 2 drones, and a weight of 909 grams, still less than 1 kilogram, and the maximum flight time is 31 minutes, and it will be 28 minutes with RTK module attached and activated. The maximum speed is 20 meters per second, and as I mentioned, we have increased both the maximum ascent-descent speed and also the tilt descent is available. The maximum takeoff altitude is 6,000 meters with a wind resistance of 10 meters per second, and the operation temperature range is from -10 degrees to 40 degrees Celsius. So for the remote controller parts, for this module, we offer actually only the DJI Smart Controller within the standard package. And the maximum transmission range is 10 kilometers FCC and 6 kilometers for CE. And of course, for the accessories, we have the standard spotlight speakers beacon, and we come the optional RTK module. And for the application part, I will also need to highlight that for the Enterprise series, we are using actually DJI Pilot for Android instead of the DJI Go 4 or DJI Fly, which are used for the consumer drones. With these features and capabilities, what kind of industries or applications could we use it for? So let's go on to the second part, application scenarios and case studies. First one, let's talk about public safety. This is going to make a great tool because of three main advantages. Firstly, the high-res thermal sensor makes it possible for search and rescue teams to perform mission at night, which is almost impossible before. Secondly, the visual camera also provides aerial vision for the situation remotely with the 32 times digital zoom function. And thirdly, with these powerful camera capabilities, it is just unbelievable that to think about how compact and lightweight the aircraft is, it can be easily carried within a bag by a single person and also operated with a single person. We have two screen records here to demonstrate the thermal view. You can see that from 100-meter height, you can easily detect a person walking here and also zoom in with the digital zoom function. While the split view actually incorporates the capabilities of the thermal and the visual sensor so that you are able to observe with both views and zoom in or zoom out simultaneously. Our new UI design has made the pilot operation ever simpler than before so that the pilot can entirely focus on the mission itself. So within the broad public safety field, I would also like to share a few more specific use cases with you. The first one is regarding search and rescue. The key advantage of Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced in this domain is that it has provided the capability to search at night, even in mountainous terrains. Search and rescue teams could easily carry the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced in a bag and take it off within 1 minute time. The high-res thermal camera could be used to identify missing persons. And we have two accessories. The speaker could be used to broadcast message to the victims, while the spotlight could be used to provide lighting or guidance for the ground crews. And here is a case that Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced and Matrice drone assisted the search for 2 missing people in Ohio State of the United States. So from the thermal view, you can easily identify the missing person, which is almost impossible, invisible in the visual view. So this is a good example of how drones could help in a search and rescue mission. Speaking of a fire scene, it is a situation with huge potential risks that situational awareness is most vital. Also a situation that thermal drones like the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced could be really helpful. When the firefighters arrive at the scene, they can instantly take off the drone and quickly collect a panoramic picture with the visual camera. Usually, because there is huge smoke coming with the flame in the fire scene, the thermal camera of Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced could penetrate through the smoke and continuously provide up-to-date aerial vision of the fire condition. And speaking of this point, we actually offer live video streaming function via the HDMI output port or with the RTMP protocol from the remote controller, so that you can view the drone image from remotely at the command vehicle or from the command center. For example, when the firefighters are extinguishing the petrochemical plant fire in Zhuhai last year, they used the thermal drone to closely watch the temperature of the chemical container when the firefighters are using high-pressure water spray to cool down the plant. And in this way, they can detect any potential hot points. They were using actually M300 and H20T at that time, but M2EA could also be useful for this scenario right now. So recently, I've also seen news that drone flights near the wildfire actually grounded the helicopters supported in the mission. Of course, I would like to say it is illegal and very dangerous for individual drone pilots to fly near a forest fire. But if we need to have joint operations with drones and also helicopters and the other manned aircrafts, DJI is actually providing a function called L-Sense that can warn the drone pilots on nearby manned aircrafts with ADS-B function. So this is a safety design that prevents this kind of risks from happening. We have another example of passive fire emergency services using M2EA for patrolling in the fire-prone areas. With the aerial vision from the drones, they can detect fire early and extinguish them early.
With summer here, brush and grasses are dry, meaning more fires are inevitable.
To date, we've had just over 55 fires so far this year in the riverbed.
To stay on top of preventing fires, besides goats grazing, Paso Fire and Emergency Services has a new vantage point, an aerial view of the fire-prone area in the day or at night.
Our mission with this piece of equipment is to detect fires early and to extinguish them early.
The unmanned aerial vehicle can cover the 480 acres of the Salinas riverbed that stretches 3.5 miles much faster than by foot.
Just see things that we've never seen before and tell us hazards that we haven't seen before.
Firefighter paramedic Kevin Connor runs the UAV.
We can only fly up to a maximum of 400 feet dependent on our airspace.
The piece of technology is equipped with infrared thermal imaging, spotlights, and a PA speaker. They say it's already proving to be successful in its short run overhead.
We were able to find hot coals from a fire that was left unattended, and we were able to respond down and extinguish those coals.
Chief Stornetta says the majority of the fires they fight in the riverbed are human-caused. While it won't be announced when it's hitting the sky, you may see it on random days and times.
We can fly throughout the riverbed and detect the hot spots if we come across them.
When a fire is detected, it gives the fire department an advantage.
The other scenario I would also like to talk about is the accident reconstruction in case of a car accident or natural disaster like the landslide or earthquake. In this case, it is also possible to use the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced for quick 2D mapping or 3D modeling for the scene. We have an example here for the 3D modeling of a coach. You can consider it as a simulated scene for the traffic accident. So how was this done? The procedure goes like, first, you can take a manual flight with the M2EA to circle around this scene or the object that you want to model and enable the time interval shots. In our case, the 3-second interval is used. We took 38 pictures in only 3 minutes. And then you can take the SD card out into the PC and import it into DJI Terra software and start the 3D reconstruction process. If you're in an emergency scene, the low quality mode can be selected and you will get a result within only 5 minutes. Still, you can see a lot of details were captured on the model, like the printings even. Then, with DJI Terra, you will also be able to measure the distance, area, size, or volume and make annotations, so that for the car accident scene, you can measure the distance between the vehicles, while in the landslide condition, you can measure the earth volume, and so on, or for further analysis. So much for public safety. In energy sector, there are also many areas that people could leverage the capabilities of M2EA for elevated efficiency. The most important vantage point when using M2EA in energy applications will still be the high-res thermal camera. With this radiometric infrared sensor, it is ideal to make utility inspections like power line inspection, solar panel inspection, and the other kinds of asset inspection. A small but useful function for the inspection application is that when you press the shutter button once, actually you will get 2 images at the same time, both the infrared image and also the visual image, so that it actually saves a lot of time and improves efficiency. With this drone camera capability, you also need to remember that this drone is so small and light in weight, so that making it quite suitable for utility inspections with requirements in portability, and also, for example, scenarios with complicated environments and very narrow space. And the third point is that the drone is RTK supported, which means that it can increase accuracy for automated inspections and safer flights in complex environments. Actually, here we have a case study for the inspection of an electric substation with M2EA in Panzhihua, China. And I would like to share with you the procedure to plan an automated inspection mission with M2EA here. Generally speaking, there are 2 ways if you want to have an automated mission. One way is that you can build a 3D model for the utilities or for the assets you want to inspect in DJI Terra, and you can plan a 3D mission on DJI Terra. And the other way is that it doesn't require a 3D model, so it comes more handy or easy. This is with the live mission record function. So what you need to do is to first connect the drone to the N-Trip service and make sure the RTK is fixed. And then go to mission flight, create a route, waypoint mission, so that you will find the live mission record function. So what you need to do within this mode is to manually fly the aircraft to each point you want to inspect. For example, the insulator here, you can fly the drone near it and press the C1 button. With this button, it will record the current position of the drone as a waypoint and also record the camera position and camera angle. And then, after creating all the different points, you can save the mission and edit. Mainly, you need to add an action, take a photo to each waypoint, and configure also the flight speed of the route. And then you can save the mission. Here you have created an automated inspection mission, and you can repeatedly execute the mission with RTK connected. Then, after you have obtained all the images from the inspection mission, you can import them into DJI Thermal Analysis Tool 2.0 for further analysis. So, public safety and energy inspection would make the major application scenarios for the M2EA, while we would also see new applications emerging with this drone. One of the most interesting, also meaningful use cases is wildlife protection. This is actually a case study shared from our dealer Drone Parts. In Germany, it is estimated that around 90,000 fawns each year were killed by the mowing machinery, and also this is a similar case in the other countries in Europe. And the local organizations have cooperated with our dealer Drone Parts to find and rescue the baby deers in advance. This used to be a really time-consuming and also manpower-consuming task, But with the help of the new Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, it can be done much easier and also more efficient than before. And what they did with the M2EA is that they'll plan a search mission usually with a flight height of 28 meters and observe with the camera view. You can see that the baby deer's outline is clearly showing in the IR view. And within the split mode, you can also double-check the details with the help of the visual camera. For this scenario, they found that the white hot and black hot palettes are the most useful. The management departments in Germany have also been providing fundings for the applicants who would like to purchase thermal drones for the deer protection. So more and more people are joining this program to protect the fallen deers. And I believe this is also an application that may benefit the protection of the other wild animals. Finally, in the last part, I have a few tips regarding using the functionalities of the M2EA. The first topic I would like to share with you is the IR-related settings. And among all the features, the thermal palette, I believe, is the most commonly and most important feature when you use the thermal function. It actually maps the temperature range to different colors. So each palette may be useful in different kinds of applications. As we just mentioned right now, the white hot and black hot are commonly used usually in public safety applications when you are in search of a missing person or the wild animal, while the iron red is the other general purpose palette that is used widely in asset inspection area because it can show the difference of even small temperature differences. I want to highlight one point here is that the thermal view actually depends a lot on the environment temperature, and sometimes you may need to go through each palette in the field to find out that one that suits you the best. And here we also offer the other two features that may be useful for you. The first one is the FFC. It actually compensates for certain errors and optimizes the image quality and also the temperature measurement accuracy. And when you press the FFC button, you will find that the screen will freeze for a short time during this correction, and so that you can click FFC each time before the temperature measurement for the optimal accuracy. And the other one is the game mode. We have two game modes here. Usually we recommend users to use the high game mode, which is -20 degrees to 150 degrees Celsius. This will give you a higher sensitivity for the sensor and also higher accuracy. The other one is the low gain mode. It has lower sensitivity but with a larger temperature range. The second point is for the DJI Thermal Analysis Tool 2.0. One of the key advantages of the M2EA is that it can save radiometric JPEG pictures. But how can we deal with those RJPEG images? Just go to the download page of the M2EA and you can find the DJI Thermal Analysis Tool 2.0 here. Then let me show you how it works. In the home page, you can go to the directory where you put the thermal images of M2EA. And let's open one, for example. And this is the analysis page where you can make temperature measurements as well as changing the parameters in the temperature measurement. You can zoom in and zoom out with the wheel in your mouse. And here you can also adjust the palettes and find the one that suits you the most. I think the most useful function will be the spot meter and the area measurement. Here you can draw the rectangular, a circle, or the polygon for the area that you want to measure the temperature. Let's try the polygon feature. Just left-click on the points where you want to draw the polygon, and right-click to close the shape. And you can see the maximum temperature, minimum temperature, and average temperature here. On the right side of the screen, you will also be able to adjust the ambient temperature, emissivity of the object, and the measurement distance from the drone to the object. These parameters will make a difference to the result of the temperature calculation shown here. So after making this analysis on the thermal image, you can also export the image as well as the measurement results into a PDF document or Word document as a report. So this is a simple tool for the DJI Thermal Analysis Tool 2.0. You can download the app and try out more features. It is entirely for free. Next, let's talk about the zooming function. Despite the fact that the M2EA supports maximally 32 times digital zoom in the visual camera, in video recording mode, the maximum zoom level is 4 times. So if you want to go beyond 4 times, please switch to the photo mode first. And the second point you need to notice is that in split mode, you can adjust visual and thermal zooming simultaneously, but that is from 1 to 16 times. And the third point is that when you take a picture after zooming in the visual camera, actually the saved photo will still show the original view without zoom. But still, if you open this image in the PC, you can zoom in and manually crop the image. It actually works the same way as digital zoom. But this feature, we will be optimizing it in later firmware updates to automatically crop the image after digital zoom. Okay, then for the RTK function, when the RTK module is attached, you can connect the smart controller to internet, either with Wi-Fi connection or with 4G dongle. And you can configure the N-Trip service here in the RTK setting page. This is how you use the N-Trip function. And there is a known issue I would like to share with you. When you find that the RTK cannot converge after 10 minutes time, please check the RTCM version you use. Right now, only the RTCM 3.2 is supported. So if you're using 3.0 or 3.1, please contact DJI support for help. And this is also an issue that will be fixed later. And the other point I would like to highlight is that the M2EA does not support the RTK2 mobile station. So that's all for today's session. If you want to know more regarding the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced or about the other DJI Enterprise products, you can visit enterprise.dji.com or you can send an email to us. Please also leave a comment for our training video and let us know your feedback. Thanks for watching.